One, two, three. We want to welcome everybody today to Mom and Dad Talks, where our favorite two people are Mom and Dad. How you doing, Mom and Dad?
Hey, all right. How are you, Sonny boy?
Doing all right. Looks like you guys are world travelers, or at least state travelers, we'll call it. So, one of the things that's just becoming more and more scary is the way that people are not telling the truth.
That is so correct.
Honesty is just something that unfortunately is um, not everybody says they want it, but no one really wants to do it. It's become kind of infatuated with our society that
Mhm.
you got to fact check everything. You got to look at what people are saying, and nothing wrong with that because people do say the wrong things. But what we're talking about here is people purposely wanting to mislead people on purpose, and it's becoming more and more prevalent. And then people wanting to be misled. Um, it used to be when people finding the truth was a good thing. When you had reporters finding the truth and stuff, that showed integrity, and people said we respect that and shame on you. Now you find the truth on people or things, people think you're the villain for finding the truth.
That's correct. And a lot of times we find out that reporters don't tell the truth all the time.
Yeah,
News networks don't tell the truth. So, yeah, this is it's the day of where fact checking is really important.
yeah.
The things that you hear, you have to fact check if you're suspicious.
Mhm.
And some people don't want to be suspicious.
It's gotten to a point where people want to believe falsehood. It's a biblical context. They would rather believe a lie than the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lie is much easier to believe because it's something you want to really so badly happen that a bad idea is sounding good.
Right, right. And some people are very skillful at lying.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Not lying, deceiving.
yeah.
There's a
And,
big difference between deceiving and lying.
mm-hmm.
Let's see. What would be the difference between deceiving and lying? Deceiving is telling a partial truth
Mm-hmm.
and stopping.
Mm-hmm.
Without,
Purposely misleading someone where they want to go without giving the whole entire facts, but guiding them in the wrong direction so they can come to a bad conclusion.
that is correct.
That,
Guiding them to a conclusion you want them to.
right. So I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but I'm going to tell you enough of the story to
Mhm.
kind of let you go over there to say, oh, you came
Mhm.
to your own conclusion on that. I didn't lead you there.
Mhm.
But that's deceiving. It's still a lie, but it's the deception and a bold-faced lie. Bold-faced lie is, look, this is really what it is. And it's like, oh man, that's not right.
Mhm. Mhm.
But deception, deceiving is, I'm going to guide you so you can come into the wrong conclusions on things, so that you will go hook, line, and sinker and believe it's right. And it's wrong.
That is so correct. That is so correct. Hmm.
I think that one of the things. Oh, here's Hantie.
Oh, she's on. Okay.
Yay! And so everybody,
Yeah.
we got Hantie coming on here. So, when she gets on here as we're recording this, we're gonna ask her opinion. But while Hantie's coming on, you know, um and Hantie, we're talking about today is telling the truth. So what happens a lot of times is that especially in today's society, a lot of false information, because people want to believe it. No one's really investigating. I mean, it used to have journalism. Journalism would actually teach people to do certain things. Now people don't want to do those kind of things to do honest journalism. Make sure your investigation is thorough, make sure it's right. And if it's wrong, state the errors, integrity. So
Mhm.
you got a lot of these shock jocks, podcasts out there that just want to mislead people to get attention and ratings and followers and keep it going. And it reminds me what happened with Fox, when Fox admitted that, yeah, the election was right, but we just went along with it, people want to go with it. And they had that lawsuit that lost those billions of dollars there. So, what are your thoughts on that, mom and dad? Especially in this day and age, because you guys have lived a lot of life. And what are you seeing now that really disturbs you more so than what you saw when you guys were coming up? Everybody quiet? You guys are real quiet on this one here. Afraid to say
Because
anything?
I guess I'm quiet is because I can't stand liars and people who don't tell the truth. And I don't, I've never been taught to tell a lie. So, it's hard for me to get in on this subject because I I practice telling the truth all the time. I never practice to deceive.
Mm-hmm. Hantie, what are your thoughts on that?
um, bring bring me on again. I've had a very busy day, and
Yeah.
I'm not all I'm not all there.
You're not
I'm
all
not where I
there.
should be.
Well, we're glad to have you on here.
Briefly,
Yeah, yeah.
what?
So what we're talking about here, Hantie, is truth, telling the truth, being
Oh,
honest. And you guys grew up in an era where integrity and honesty was a value, but now and today I'm just a little disturbed that people are enjoying liars and putting them on pulpits and stuff rather than people wanting to know the truth. It's kind of scary the day and age we're living in. And it's biblical, but what are you seeing different now than you saw back in your day?
well, and, and without answering that per se, a lot of talking makes me start coughing.
Okay.
So I have to be careful. I'll minimize my words. Um, the other day, I wanted my friend to help me with the bulletin, and she was, because she knows Canva.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know Canva. Okay. And she has a little boy that's going to be 4 years old
Mm-hmm.
at the end of this month.
Oh.
And they were having quite a bit of a disagreement. He
Mm-hmm.
wanted to watch something. She didn't want him to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And then dad came home and blah. They had to wait until dad came home in order for him to obey.
Mm.
And that hurt my heart. So I just said, I'm going to come out of my skin and I'm just going to tell her, listen, honey, you have to teach your child to honor you.
Mm-hmm.
Teach him the verse. It's a long verse, I know, for him, but he can do it. Honor thy mother and thy father, that thy days may be long. If you grow up knowing that and learning that, then your grown-up years will come naturally, and you will automatically. To honor something means to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Well said. I mean,
What else?
I mean, I was so out of my box. I'm telling you that I'm not trying to tell people how to raise their kids, but
mm-hmm.
if you have a 4-year-old and he's not listening to you, there is a problem. And he also throws a tantrum. No. Not in my house. And my kids, believe you me, I'll be the first to tell you, my kids were and are not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to being obeying, that is a part of truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big part of truth.
That's right.
But you have to learn it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So why did it take ignorant me to tell her that? I don't know. I don't have no degree.
But you guys got a lot of sense.
What was her response?
So
she almost started crying because she said, Miss Karen, nobody ever told me that before. You can't start when a child is 11 years old and say, You
Respect
can't,
me.
Yeah.
because all kids are cute,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not too cute to obey
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
and to tell the truth. But they've got to learn at an early age. 4 years old is a little bit late.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is.
Yeah, and you know, and
You're the queen of the house.
mm-hmm.
And when she said something to him and he didn't answer her, I said, tell him to say yes, mommy.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
She told him, she had to tell him twice in order for him to say it.
Right.
I said, that sounds so nice. Yes,
Mhm.
mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Now he needs to look at her when he says it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be looking at the TV.
Or
Look at mommy.
or looking at the floor.
Mhm.
Right.
And now,
It hurts my heart to see kids disobey.
Right.
Mhm.
But that's taught, and I know that the kid's gonna have some challenges, but you gotta try
Mhm.
and
You
ask
gotta-
the Lord to bless the rest.
starts right out of the room. It looks cute when it's 1 and 2, but hey, it doesn't look cute when it's 4, 5, and 6 and 7. Pretty soon, when they get 9, 10, and 11, you're like, somebody I can't deal with my kid. And why are you gonna have a teacher deal with your kid when you can't deal with them yourself?
Mm.
Mhm.
Right.
I know when I had kids in my house that we're gonna have to get along. That means that you're gonna have to obey.
Mhm.
It is what it is. And I just think it's a great teaching moment for parents out there. Hope you got that teaching moment here that, yeah, you don't want to wait till they're 4 or 5 because that means their character's almost developed. And
Right.
it's harder and harder
Right.
to get that defiance and work that out. Yes, you are tired, but you need to reevaluate what you're doing because that child is your responsibility.
You cannot be too tired.
Nope.
And another verse of the Bible would be, to obey is better than sacrifice.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Teach your kids that. My mother almost whipped those things into us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Sat on my head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I grew up with your mother too. My grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
And when that child becomes 19 and 20, then it is a real problem, and the court system has to take over.
Right.
yeah. Is that what you want?
Mm.
Is that what you want?
Yeah, being locked up is no fun.
No. And let's just be real. The Bible says, train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. The problem is people don't know how to train children
Train
in
the
the way
children.
to go.
Right.
So
That's
if you
correct.
train them to do whatever, they're gonna go whatever.
Mhm.
And the sad part about it, folk, is you thinking when they get 18 they'll be out of the house, but guess what? They got your name, and they have a tendency to come back because of your name. So you thinking they're gone, but they'll always come back. And if they have kids, those kids will come back. And pretty soon, people look at your family name and say,
Oh,
You're one of them. Huh?
I know what your last name is.
yeah. And the
You
Bible
look just
says,
like them.
Bad news.
the Bible says a good name should be chosen over riches.
That's right.
That's right.
So it starts with
Did-
that thing right there. And so,
Did we get off track?
well, I think this was a great educational moment if we did. Hopefully somebody out there was blessed by this because that is a part of honesty.
Mhm.
Right.
Starts in the home, starts with that training. Yeah,
So a lot of training has gone away.
Mhm.
It's because the good things, we're seeing them as good things that we grew up with.
Mhm.
They're no longer even brought into the home.
Nope. Not even thought of.
Mhm.
So it's no wonder that there's detention at school and
Mm.
and all the things that they're trying to undo what has been done at home.
Mhm. Well, let's be real. The government has stepped in over their bounds on a lot of things they call a good idea a bad thing. And like I said, we don't believe in abuse or anything like that here. But the Bible says, "Spare the rod, spoil the child."
Mhm.
That's what the Bible says. And the Bible, I think, works better than anything that they have out there, in my opinion. Try it. Just try the Bible. If you just try what the Bible says
Mm-hmm.
with your children, see if it doesn't do what it's supposed to do and your children don't become better from it. Just try it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you try that other stuff out there, I can guarantee you what's going to happen with that. You're going to have problems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Tons of problems.
Mhm.
So,
And the school and the teachers their hands are tied also.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if you send them to school for discipline,
You can't slap them.
yeah, your hands are tied.
What can you do? They can't even write sentences anymore. So these kids do whatever they want to do. And we wonder why we have problems in school, why we have problems and stuff. Because what's the repercussions of bad behavior? Wait till they turn 19 and get beat up by cops and thrown in prison.
Yeah, now
Beat up on the street first by the cops.
Mm.
No, the cops know how do you say, the prison system knows how to take care of you.
Well, they know how to keep you. And that's no place to be locked up like an animal.
Yes, yeah, that's so correct.
So anyway, we got way off a topic today. But I think it was a great conversation. Hope somebody was blessed by it. If not, please write us and tell us what you want us to talk about. Next time,
there were some good thoughts that were said. So as long as the good thoughts are there,
that's part of mom and dad talk.
Somebody
and guess what? They were free.
Yeah,
that's right.
You didn't have to pay that. And guess what? I guarantee it's gonna work for you.
Okay.
So, anyway, until next time, we'll see you on Mom and Dad Talk.